The Galactic Council had always feared humans. They called them Death Worlders, apex predators, and most commonly, killers. Humans evolved on a planet that tried to murder them daily. Extreme temperature variations, natural disasters, predators with teeth and claws, and microorganisms invisible to the naked eye. Humans didn't just survive, they thrived. When humanity joined the interstellar community, the other species kept their distance. The human delegation's handshakes made diplomats flinch. Their boisterous laughter made ambassadors nervous. Their casual mentions of pulling all-nighters or dead tired reinforced their reputation as creatures obsessed with death and violence. But nobody expected that humans would become the saviors of the galaxy. The distress signal came from Outpost Theta, a peaceful research station orbiting a gas giant in the Cygnus sector. Captain Tom Reed of the United Earth vessel Horizon was the first to respond. His vessel, originally designed for scientific exploration, was the only ship within range. "We're receiving a message from Outpost Theta," reported First Officer Lisa Bell. "Audio only, heavily corrupted." The bridge speakers crackled with static. "Unknown pathogen. Medical bay overwhelmed. Symptoms include, please, anion." Captain Reed frowned. "How long until we reach them?" 4 hours at maximum speed, sir." "Push the engines. I'd want us there in 3. The alien station administrators, tall willowy beings called the Ardani, had little experience with disease. Their species had evolved beyond most biological threats millennia ago. When the human ship docked, the greeting party was shocked to see the crew donning hazmat suits. "What are those, armors?" asked Director Valen, the station's administrator, his translucent skin revealing a quickened pulse. "Standard quarantine gear," replied Dr. Mike Johnson, the ship's medical officer. "Where are your isolation protocols? Your containment facilities?" The Ardani exchanged confused glances. "We have none." Dr. Johnson's expression hardened behind his faceplate. "Show me to your medical bay." Now, the scene that greeted the humans was chaos. Dozens of aliens from various species lay on makeshift beds, their bodies convulsing with fever. The few Ardani medical staff moved about helplessly, their advanced technology useless against the unfamiliar threat. "It started 3 days ago," explained one medic. "We've never seen anything like it. Our medical knowledge is primarily focused on traumatic injuries and degenerative conditions. Infectious disease was a thing of the past." Dr. Johnson was already scanning patients with his handheld analyzer. "This is similar to an aggressive strain of influenza we once faced on Earth. Your species has no built-up immunity." Captain Reed activated his comm. "Reed to Horizon *. We need every medical crew member here with full equipment. Convert Cargo Bay 2 into an isolation ward, and contact Earth. We need their disease control protocols." The alien staff watched in awe as the humans transformed their station. Within hours, the humans had established quarantine zones, improvised ventilators from station equipment, and begun synthesizing treatments. "How can you work so efficiently under such stress?" Director Valen asked as he observed Captain Reed organizing triage teams. Reed gave a grim smile. "Humans are good at crisis management. We've had plenty of practice." For 72 hours, the human crew worked without rest. They modified Earth medicines to work with alien physiologies. They used cooking equipment to sterilize tools. They turned storage rooms into recovery wards. "You're deliberately exposing yourselves to danger," observed an Ardani scientist. "Why?" Lisa Bell, who was helping to move patients, replied simply, "Because you need help." On the 4th day, the first patients began to recover. By the 6th day, the spread of the disease had halted. On the 10th day, the last patient was released from quarantine. In the station's main hall, Director Valen organized a ceremony to thank the human crew. Representatives from a dozen species gathered, still keeping a cautious distance from their human saviors. "We have misjudged humanity," Valen announced. "We saw your physical strength, your endurance, your history of conflict, and we called you killers. We feared the very adaptations that saved us." Captain Reed stepped forward. "On Earth, we have a saying, The same fire that burns can also warm. The same strength that can harm can also protect. You evolved on a world that tried to kill you, Valen continued. You faced disease, disaster, and danger daily. Instead of merely surviving, you learned. You developed medicine, emergency protocols, crisis management. You turned your killer instincts toward killing threats, not people. Dr. Johnson removed his gloves, the first time he'd done so since arriving. Humans don't just fight to live, we fight so others can live too. Word spread quickly throughout the galaxy. Human medical teams were dispatched to other worlds facing similar crises. Human emergency procedures were adopted by the Galactic Council. Human disaster response became the gold standard. The species that once feared humanity's killer nature now sought their protection. As an ancient Ardani proverb, newly popularized, stated, "When death approaches, seek those who have faced it before." And humans, true to their nature, answered every call.